The WJZ has you covered this election day. We have team coverage from Baltimore County, Baltimore City, Harford County, and Howard County. But we'll start with community reporter Caroline Forback in Arundel County.
All right, Caroline, what's the polling place look like there? Have you seen many voters, and what races are you covering for us?
You know, only about 150 at this location so far, but they say they're hoping to see a bigger rush once people start getting off of work. The most competitive race on this local ballot is the Democratic primary for county executive, and voters we spoke with say their top issues are affordability, public education, and infrastructure. Arundel County voters are choosing who they want to succeed term-limited County Executive Stuart Pittman. On the Democratic side, County Councilwoman Allison Pickard, former Pittman administration policy advisor James Kitchen, and County Councilman Pete Smith are vying for the nomination. The candidates have campaigned on issues including housing, affordability, traffic, growth, public safety, and managing the county's rapid development. One voter we spoke with says she wants to make sure tax dollars are put to good use.
Just want to make sure that public education, infrastructure, the environment, things are being, taken into account because, we have 6 casinos in Maryland, and where's the money going? Because I've run over the same potholes for 8 years, and, I work in a public school, and it badly needs air conditioning and updating, and there's just a lot of things that I think could be improved.
And the winner of today's primary will go on to face Republican Dave Crawford in the fall.
All right, thanks, Caroline. Now let's go to Tara Lynch inside the polling location at Owings Mills High School. And Tara, this year's election could prove to be a shakeup in Baltimore County.
Yeah, Nikki, that's right. I mean, we're talking about 7 new council members. Remember, they expanded the council to 9. There could also be, of course, a new county executive. There could also be a new state's attorney. So a lot of things happening here in Baltimore County, a lot of important races on the ballot for neighbors here. Of course, primary day means that neighbors are voting to select who should be on the ballot in November. This election year focuses on local races for who will represent you in county government and even Congress. This year, there are 5 candidates running for the Democratic nomination for county executive and 2 running on the Republican ballot. For state's attorney, there are no Republicans and 3 Democrats, including incumbent Scott Schellenberger. The Baltimore County Board of Elections says voter turnout has been a bit lower today than what they hoped.
I expected it to be a little bit busier than it's been. It still might pick up. I think the rain might or the weather might again be playing a factor. I want the voters to know, though, as long as you're in line by 8 o'clock, we will make sure that we stay open and that you're able to vote.
Again, just under 4 hours to go at this point until the polls close at 8 p.m. A reminder that you do have to vote at your specific polling place. That'll be on your voter registration card, so make sure you go to that place to get the right ballot to vote for. And also, again, if you get in line before 8 p.m., you will be able to vote. That is the message here in Baltimore County. For now, reporting live on your corner in Owings Mills, Tara Lynch, WJZ.
All right, thank you very much, Tara. We are also watching, of course, the governor's race. This morning, incumbent Wes Moore was seen at Bates Middle School in Annapolis heading in to cast his vote. His running mate, of course, once again, Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller. His opponent, Democrat Eric Felber. There are 9 Republicans vying for the nomination, including Ed Hale. All right, stay with
Welcome back. Harford County, another area with a few contentious races this election day. Candidates spent all day visiting the different polling locations trying to secure those last-minute votes. Harford County community reporter Ashley Paul is live at Falston High School, one of the many polling locations in the county. Ashley, how's it going?
Yeah, hey, Nikki. Well, there's been a steady flow of voters coming through the doors here in Falston all day long. Now, at last check, I just checked the 4 o'clock numbers. As of 4 o'clock, there were 616 voters that came through the doors here in Falston alone. 497 of them Republicans, 98 Democrats, and 21 independents. But that's not necessarily an indicator of who will win today's votes because, again, these are just what they're registered as. It's not an indication of who might win. But one of the big races happening here in Harford County tonight is the Harford County executive race. Now, 4 candidates, 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans, are hoping to secure their spot on the November ballot for the Harford County executive. Incumbent Bob Castley is taking on County Council President Patrick Vincenti for the Republican seat, and Matthew Brown is up against Barbara Kramer for the Democratic spot. And with key issues including data centers, solar farms, crime, and spending, each candidate has a different plan for Harford County's future.
We're doing great stuff, and I think the voters appreciate it. I think they see it. They recognize that I'm in this for the people, the citizens.
So I've had the ability to work with every aspect of this county, every department, every business basically. So I have a great understanding of what their needs are.
A lot of my policies and plans are all based on the actual budgets and the actual numbers that the county itself has shown for the last 4 years. Clearly the money is there. It's just where are we allocating those resources?
I think there needs to be a better tone to politics generally, and specifically in this post of county executive. So I thought I'm going to bring a new tone, more dignity, and more welcoming atmosphere.
Now, the polls will remain open until 8 o'clock tonight, and coming up on WJZ News at 5:30, we'll take a look at the District 7 race for Congress. Live on your corner in Harford County, I'm Ashley Paul, WJZ.
All right, Ashley, thank you. And Marilyn.
Now let's take a look at Howard County, where only Democrats are running to be the next county executive.
And that means the race will likely be decided in today's primary. Howard County community reporter Dennis Valera is live in Columbia. And Dennis, what are the candidates saying should guide voters at the polls today?
And Nikki and Denise, all of the candidates are asking voters to look at each of their records. Now, 3 of the 4 candidates have served in some kind of political office. Meanwhile, the 4th is asking voters to rely on his business experience. Now, all 4 candidates in their races, they have some overlap. They all are prioritizing public schools funding as well as tackling affordability issues. Now, County Councilwomen Deb Young and Liz Walsh have been in office for the last 8 years, and Vanessa Atterbury has been a state delegate the last 11 years. Bob Cockey does not have political experience, though he did try for state senate years ago as a Republican candidate. Atterbury is the most endorsed and fundraised candidate in the race. It's been a way for her opponents to attack her, claiming it shows she is bought. She has described the attacks as desperate.
I've never been accused of quote unquote pay to play. Just because somebody gives me donations doesn't mean I'm going to do what they say. As a matter of fact, people that know me the closest know that I'm quite the independent thinker.
Now, among Atterbury's endorsements include current County Executive Calvin Ball as well as sitting Governor Wes Moore. And he actually will be here tonight in Howard County alongside her at Atterbury's watch party. Reporting live on your corner in Columbia, I'm Dennis Valera for WJZ.
All right, thank you, Dennis. Be sure and stay with WJZ all day for coverage of the primary election. As the results begin to come in this evening, watch live updates streaming at the top of each hour on CBS News Baltimore. And we will have complete coverage tonight on WJZ News at 11.